Kathy, are bonds overvalued here?
Well, if it weren't for the trade situation, we have fair value around 260, and so we're trading about 240. So they'd be a little bit overvalued at this stage of the game. But given the potential for trade to slow down the economy, I think that this is not an unreasonable place for them to be today.
Now, obviously, investors are piling into bonds because of the uncertainty, but is there a fundamental reason?
Well, we do have a slowing economy, and if the trade conflict goes on, it'll slow more than is already built into the expectations. We have a very slow global economy, have inflation running below expectations, and we think the Fed has no scope to raise rates any further and actually may cut sometime later this year or early next year. So I don't know that they're wrong.
Kathy, can I come back and ask a sort of derivative of the question that I just asked to Sean? Do you think financial markets have been misled, almost deliberately, by the White House?
Well, I think the markets have heard what they wanted to hear to a large extent. I think that there is a degree to which most people think this is kind of a game theory situation or some sort of negotiating tactics on each side, and that ultimately it's in everybody's best interest to get a deal, so that's what will happen. So whether that was intentionally misled or led to believe that, or whether it's what the market wanted to believe, either way, it looks like maybe that was a miscalculation.
How do you judge the relationship between stocks and bonds at the moment?
Well, it's been a tough situation because you have, on the one hand, again, we think bonds at some little bit higher yields have been fairly valued given the slowdown in the economy. But because bond yields were low, stocks did well. So you have this sort of Goldilocks scenario. And now you've got a situation where, maybe we've misread the signals, or maybe the stock market is going to be adjusting. So we'll probably see bonds do pretty well as long as this trade situation is on the horizon.